Therefore, we assume that fading will not continue. The fading will not occur at both instants. Fading will not occur at both instants. Will not occur at both instants. So we don't draw a block diagram because they just want you to know the concept. Because it is I think you got the result. Yeah? How many of you have these? 5. So 5 these and 6. 6. Others may not have done it this time, right? Same value here, right? So rest of it will be X, right? So it's not bad, right? Because I think I mentioned to you that if you don't have at least a C, it's difficult to survive in the advanced system. It's very likely that if you have S, that means you have to work very hard. Can I have people who got S? Not many. Okay, that's really good. That means all of you are okay, right? Because in the diploma won't normally survive in the advanced system. Unless you are extremely clever to catch up. That's my experience for looking at the history. Since most of you are decently so we'll continue, and these should be upgraded to this year, right? This section. Okay. Time diversity is that. Next one, hybrid diversity. Hybrid diversity. Hybrid diversity is that. In brackets, quadruple, another name. Quadruple diversity. Hybrid, you can just draw something like this. There are two paths. Earlier, in phase diversity, we use same frequency of the two paths, which are horizontally separate. But now we are using frequency diversity as well as phase diversity. So that is called a hybrid. Mixture of the two ideas. This kind of arrangement has frequency diversity as well as phase diversity. Let me call it a hybrid. You can just do some figure like that. Two paths, two frequencies. Two paths, two frequencies. Combination of two other diversity types. The combination of two other diversity types. Two other diversity types. In the above example, we combine phase diversity with frequency diversity. Combine phase diversity with frequency diversity. In order to improve the protection level, so protection is more improved now because you are using both diversity techniques at the test. Okay. Next one, polarization diversity. When you say hybrid, it could be any of them. I am just using the example of phase diversity and frequency diversity. And you can combine polarization diversity with frequency diversity. That is also hybrid. So what we mean by hybrid is it's a blend of two other ideas. Combination of two other ideas is called a hybrid. Yes, good question because I just gave an example. The example is not hybrid. Hybrid means combination of two other diversity methods. So any two is okay. Polarization diversity. Now let you can write two signals use same frequency same path. But however, they are sent with two orthogonal polarization. Orthogonal polarization. Orthogonal means one could be horizontally polarized, other could be vertically polarized. Just like that. One signal is vertically polarized, other is horizontally polarized. Or one signal could be using left-hand circular polarization, other signal could be using right-hand circular polarization. Orthogonal again. Or left-hand elliptical polarization and right-hand elliptical polarization. I hope you remember this from the diploma and the propagation we studied this. So these are pairs. Each pair is called an orthogonal pair. One is orthogonal to the other. And then using that idea you can separate the two signals using special antenna arrangement at the other end. And you can draw this also, HP and VP. In HP signals, electric field remain horizontal throughout the travel. VP signals, electric field remain vertical throughout the travel. And although they are on the same frequency, you can separate them by using a special polarizer material at the end. And this is very popular in satellite communication. In satellite communication, we use the polarizer to identify what you want, because there will be same frequency of the other polarization array. You notice that most satellite dishes at the center, on part you have an internal polarizer which has to be rotated to. It is automated actually, not the rotation by the receiver. When you put it to different angles, only you receive the correct polarization. Popular in satellite communication. Satellite communication system. This is another quadruple. You don't need to write, just observe. This is also quadruple. You can see you have combined angle diversity. Angle means they have two different angles with frequency diversity. So this is also quadruple diversity system or hybrid diversity system. So any two you can combine and you make a hybrid. Hybrid details, don't worry about that. Then ITU, International Telecommunication Union, defines principal outage for communication. Outage means link is out, not available for communication. This is how ITU defines outage of a communication link. The bit error rate received should be higher than 1/1000. That means 1 bit error for every 1000 bits you receive on average. It says 1 bit error for every 1000 bits you receive on average for a duration longer than 10 seconds. Then you consider this as link error. Link outage. But if you have bit error rate becoming more than 1/1000 for 5 seconds and then coming up, you don't call it outage, you call it fail. Real outage means it has to prevail over 10 seconds or more. Then you say link is not good for communication. Remember that is the standard way outage is measured. right? Everything links outage. Link outage. Outage means cut off. Maybe you can go it like this. Just go there. Those are the two conditions you must take to decide whether the link can go or not. You can go. You can write in a digital TML, in a digital terrestrial microwave link, TML, when bit error rate remains worse than 10 to the power minus 3. Worse than 10 to the power minus 3. Worse than 10 to the power minus 3 for a duration of 10 seconds or more. Duration of 10 seconds or more. Is considered as link outage. Considered as link outage. And then bit error rate is so poor, like 1 bit error in every 1,000 bits. Communication will be every communication will have a lot of noise and crackling sounds, and you can't actually communicate. So, link may be still true, but quality is not enough to communicate. That is why they call this as out. Okay, then normally in a microwave link, to find whether it is performing well, you measure the outage time. There are automatic measurements. The link will measure the bit error rate going more than 10 seconds as the outage time. And you normally calculate the outage time to total operational time based and put it as a quality parameter for a link. If you have installed it back and if you are operating in bad weather, that outage time will increase. Okay. Link availability. So we define link outage now. We are defining link availability, also known as link reliability. The examiner asks how do you measure the reliability of a communication? This is the way. Reliability is given as a percentage. You take the total average time. Let us say you take a period like 1 week or 1 month. Take the outage time of the link, divide by the total time it was supposed to operate. If it is 1 week, total 1 week time, and subtract it from 1, multiply by 100, you get a percentage, and that percentage is the percentage of time the link was available for communication. So if the answer is high, link is good. If the answer is low, link is poor. Normally microwave link availability is important measurement that you should take in order to deliver a cell. For example, if you deliver a backbone cell world, the link availability would be more than 99.999%. Otherwise, customers will start complaining. There is an equal out and some of our backup server, quality of service is not good. And after that, nowadays customers demand you to sign an agreement called SLA, service level agreement. Once it is signed by you, and if you have this kind of link outage and availability goes below what you signed, the customer can put you into the court, and you might have to pay. Instead of customer paying you, this time you pay the customer. So, therefore, engineering has to be professionally done nowadays. So that's why these measurements are important. You have to be aware, and sometimes the graphs are drawn about this. And if the installation is poor, this will cause problems to the company that you are working, or your own company. So that's why the chemists want you to be aware about this measurement. The time expressed in percentage. Time expressed in percentage for which the received signal level above the stated target value. Above the stated target value. And then you can do that form. A means availability. So A percentage is availability percentage. Availability percentage is 1 minus outage time over total time. Outage time over total time multiplied by 100. I'll give you some typical values, like what is meant by 99% availability, 99.9% availability. What does that mean? We will look at in the next slide. It is like you taking leave from your company. So your boss might be calculating your availability. It is 1 minus days you took leave divided by the total number of days you are supposed to work. So if you are available 99% of the time, you are just doing it. You are a reliable person. When you are needed, you are there. But you know, due to bad habits, sometimes you are not available like this. So then you are not reliable. That's why I say, link availability, link reliability, these are true for us also, not only for a link. So your boss will know what kind of reliability you have, and he will show that by the next increment to you. Sometimes he might not recommend the increment, saying he is not that reliable in attendance. Something like that. Outage time means you cannot be found in the office. So think of these formulas like that, rather than trying to cram them. Just think a different way and see, does it apply elsewhere? Then it will be easier for you to understand and remember. Only thing is that these little hints I am not giving as notes. So if you forget them by the time the exam comes, it's your fault. Okay? If you forget all the shortcuts I mentioned here and there, I am mentioning these things to make it easy for you to understand and remember. But if you forget that later, you will notice that, okay, there is an equation, I should cram it. Okay? It's your fault. Okay? Because we cannot write all this jargon in the book. Okay? So that's why listening is important. This is a typical ideas you can get. If you say a link is 90% reliable, that means there will be 2.4 hours outage per day. Now you have to get an idea. 90% reliability means in that equation 2.4 hours outage time per day. Is it a good link? Not at all. 90% is not good. 99.9% means link is out 1.4 minutes per day. How about that? Maybe good. Maybe good to give a telephone connection to homes like a BDMA connection. That may be good because 1.4 minutes outage per day people will not notice. Did you know that there is no link which is operational 100% of the time? No link in the world. Only the engineer who connected that knows the reliability. But customer thinks no, it's available when I want to take the call. Did you know that? No link is 100% available. So every link has a percentage of 99%, 99.9% means 1.4 minutes outage. It will be good enough to give a telephone connection to individual home. But it is not good enough to have in the backbone, because in the backbone there is a lot of traffic loss. 1.4 minutes out means you will have a lot of traffic. Lot of traffic in the back. 99.99% means 8.6 seconds outage per day. Now that's very good. And this is what I mentioned, 99.999 means less than 1 second out per day. And that is the reliability you need in a backbone microwave. Otherwise it is not good to sign a service level agreement with any customer. Okay, maybe you can just say example. Don't cram these things, this is for you to get an idea. They all come from this equation. If you substitute 2.4 hours here, out of 24 hours and calculate this, this is the answer you are getting. This is the answer you are getting, 9. So it's all coming from that equation. The 90% reliability is not good at all. 90% reliability is not good at all. 99.9% means 1.4 minutes outage per day. 99.99% means 8.6 seconds outage per day. 99.999% means less than 1 second, 0.86 seconds per day. In a link, how many packets you transmit in a second? To take a CS link, you may be transmitting millions of packets per second. And 0.86 second outage means you are losing sometimes millions of packets. It's serious. For manual operation, 0.86. Now, if you are talking by telephone, 0.86 outage is nothing. But in a SDS link which is carrying traffic in packet format, this is serious. One packet loss will corrupt the file, you know that. And some customers will be angry after that. That's why you need high reliability. How many of you are dealing with the customer? Can I your only about 3. So you know how tough it is, right? Customers are not easy to handle. And especially if you sign service level agreement with them, they will come and challenge you. But you can't explain to the customer saying, okay, there is no link 100% reliable, why do you argue with me? You can't say that. In fact, you never say to the customer that links are not 100% reliable. It's only engineering knowledge. Because of the fading. Fading is something you can't fully control. So that means people who are handling customers, they have to disclose enough amount of engineering information only. If you are trying to say the full truth, customers will be very angry. For their own safety, you better not tell everything. That's what you learn when you work with the customer. And in Sri Lanka, a lot of companies put junior people to work with the customer. So if you join a company, it's very likely that you may be the customer interface. It's a very wrong method, but most Sri Lankan companies do it that way because senior people want to hide their face. Right? When they have not done a good job, they put the juniors in front and say, okay, you go to that customer space and deal with it. Right? In foreign countries, it is the other way around. Normally, the customer calls the top guy in the company. Right? Very senior people will handle customers. Junior people will handle this technology. But unfortunately, you are in a different country. So therefore, you may be the scapegoat. The company will put forward to work with the customer when the problems come. So be ready. That's the reality here. Okay, our next part of the discussion is about window propagation. So far we have been discussing, anyway, don't worry about that. You can't do it. So I read. So far we have been discussing outdoor propagation. And this topic is indoor propagation. So we can write it as indoor propagation. INDOOR, indoor propagation. Why are we interested in those indoors? Why do designers want you to go about indoor propagation? Are we sending radio things in this room? It's a big area for discussion nowadays. What is it? Mostly cellular communication and wireless LAN. They are becoming very popular inside the buildings also. People want to serve. So therefore you have to wire the building so that the signal is available everywhere inside the building. Therefore indoor propagation is becoming very important topic nowadays. A lot of theories have come up as well. And second is also want you to know a little bit about indoor. And why is indoor propagation different from outdoor? One is distances are normally short. Second is there are lots of reflections from all these objects it will reflect. And fan will be a big problem. Because changing pattern of reflection, moving on. So therefore indoor propagation has difference. It contains different topics because of that. You can write. Indoor communication channel. Indoor communication channel are different from traditional outdoor radio channels in the following way. Number one, distances covered are much smaller. Number two, variability of the environment is much greater. With heavy multipath reception. So we multiply with it. So when a signal like cellular wireless antenna goes to maybe partitions or walls, there will be attenuation. So there may be thin partitions like this. And your signal may be going through all of them. It may be a thick wall. It may be thin wall. It may be partition. So like this, the signal will have to travel through all of them. And in effect, there is the explanation in this equation. So now, absorption loss. Absorption loss. I'll draw on the board because the board is invalid. Going through like this, what is the English word for that? Going through is memory. Remember you said when signals penetrate different kinds of material, there will be absorption loss and attenuation will occur. Can you write it? The absorption loss in different materials causes attenuation. Causes attenuation, and it is known as shadowing loss. Remember that word, shadowing loss. Known as shadowing loss. You can underline shadowing loss. So that's the word people use for indoor propagation. We use the word shadowing loss. But remember, it is absorption loss. But when you talk about indoor, you call it shadowing. Later on, there is a topic coming. It is called WTDMA and 3G cellular. We have to study in detail, quite a lot of detail. It is the last topic in our syllabus. And there, again, this shadowing loss and other things will be studied in the 3G cellular. But what is the precondition for studying 3G cellular? 2G cellular. They expect you to know second generation cellular from the diploma. It will be there in your diploma now, so keep it. Don't tell the book just until you complete the advanced diploma, because there are parts you have to refer, especially in that area. The 2G is important to understand the 3G. But advanced diploma questions will normally focus on 3G. And third generation cellular is supposed to transmit packets, mainly packet transmit. And inside in-building coverage is one of the most important things talked about in cellular, third generation. In-building third generation carbon. Lot of research is still going on because not many people know in-building propagation. So what are the factors? Now you know it is shadowing loss now. What will be the factors that will govern the total shadowing loss between the transmitting antenna and the receiving antenna? Suppose I put a wireless access point for my Ethernet here on top of that building, on top of the room, so that I can use the wireless in the laptop. Right? I can connect to the Ethernet wirelessly. So then in the laptop there is a receiving antenna and there is a transmitting antenna on the wall, right? So between that distance, I may have direct connection or I may have reflected wave coming. Right? So the total shadowing loss I get here will depend on what kind of thing. Is it only this distance? It is not. Right? So this is where the research is going on. To understand what is actually happening to the signal when you radiate from the wall. Installing a wireless access point is simple. You just pass it on and the gadget will work. But a lot of research is required to identify what is the visual array, what is the packet loss rate, and what is the effect of reflection, and so many things. And even if there is research done in other countries, it might not work here because our walls are brick walls. Our way of putting cement is different. You know, in most other countries, the partitions are not cement partitions. And the floor is sometimes metal in other countries. But ours is concrete with metal inside. So therefore, you can't use the propagation model you used in the other countries here. Because our way of building construction, building design, materials, type of windows, everything is different. So unless you as Sri Lankans find your own way of doing these calculations, you will be totally lost. Then you have to install indoor transmissions and receptors. What many companies do today is you install and just check with the laptop and it works okay. That is not professional installation. Of course, it's good for the customer because you need to grab the customer quickly, that is what so many things. But in the long run, customer will come back and say, you can not see this. What does it mean? There are a lot of packet losses and there are retransmits. And when customer might say, when several people are working in my conference room, the signal goes down heavily and rate is not good. And who is at fault? You. Because you did not check that before. So the customer will get a bad impression about your company. In the long run, it is bad. Unprofessional installation. And indoor propagation is therefore professionally studied nowadays. You will find a lot of research articles appearing in journals, conferences on indoor propagation. And just a few weeks ago, I completed one research on indoor propagation in Sri Lanka. And I took the state building. State is at Maldives, you know that. And I took that building for checking. And there was another research student who helped me. And what we have found is that there is a deviation of the propagation coefficients we use in countries like Europe and here. So if you use the same model there, it might not work, give the correct result here. So the student name is Sanjay, it will be published soon in the ISL magazine. So that kind of local investigation is necessary in this area. That is why even Citian News have put this into syllabus of indoor propagation. And it was MSc research in our department, so you can notice now. Things which are still unknown to people, they become MSc level or PhD level research projects. So you should consider, while doing the job, doing little higher studies. Because a lot of MSc students are, while doing the job, they do the research. In future, when we all move to what we call Malay society, there will not be any separation between your research work and the job. So this also becomes slowly kind of a research. If you have ideas of migrating, these are serious. But if you are living in Sri Lanka, maybe for some more years it will not be applied here. But migrating, it is immediate. The moment you go, you will notice that how research and other job activities are coupled together. In fact, every employee is a researcher in those countries. So it's not enough to learn only what is there in the book. Learn the change which is going on. Otherwise, you will know what has hit you. You might think, okay, you just put your certificate and I have D. You proudly put your hand up. But sometimes you will find you are still jobless. A lot of graduates have that problem. Right? So this genuine certificate will not help sometimes. So you will find a good job. Because the job needs a lot of other attributes, not only certificates, not only knowledge. And therefore you might be disheartened later. I have all these qualifications, but others who are junior to me are going up, and I have to work under them. Okay? I am sure you all will come across those situations if you are not clever enough. Clever in the sense you have to keep changing your attitudes and adapting, and ready to explore new ideas. Those kinds of attributes students are looking for. So don't rely on the certificates completely. Don't rely. I am giving you early morning message. Because I know people who have done certificate level courses like this, and later come and tell me, यहाँ बोलो ऐड नहीं हमारा ये करेगा कोई substituting job करेगा. I have heard it many times. I have heard it from my own graduates in the university. I say always say pure course. You have not changed your attitude to suit the environment. That's why. Because people think qualification will do everything. It won't. So I am telling you the same thing. Take it seriously, right? In the job, qualification is only one thing, the certificate. Getting a D in advanced radio might not help very much. It has to be coupled with other attributes that you have to develop in your own while working. Okay? That's why these are called vocational courses. So the idea of vocational courses is that it is to support people who are working. Okay, who has developed other attributes and who thinks now knowledge component is little missing in it. So to get the knowledge component, CTMGs have the syllabus. But in Sri Lanka, people think otherwise. And a lot of people who are not working also do CTMGs. And at the same time they think, okay, getting the knowledge component here will qualify me for a job. Wrong. Completely wrong from the original idea of CTMGs. CTMGs have made these syllabuses for people who feel while working they should feel, okay, there must be some more learning in me. I must update my knowledge. These courses are for them, designed for them. And we are doing it other way because we have a job market which is very poor. So even to get a job we need CTMGs. So understand those things. Understand. Okay. Coming back to this, what are the factors? Now we have to write down the factors that will affect the shadowing. That's the typical example. Factors that will affect the shadowing. What could be the factor? One could be the material you use to build these walls, partition factors. They keep changing from building to building. Material. The number of windows and doors and whether they are open or closed at different times will matter. And a third is how are the other furniture kept, like are there steel cupboards, reflectors, and how many steel cupboards, what is the orientation they are kept, how many fans, they are on conditions or off conditions. So those are the factors under which this shadow influencing keeps changing so much, and therefore there is sometimes heavy fading, and it comes back again, and again fading, comes back again. More fading than outside. More fading than outside. So we will make a list of factors, and it's very important for the exam. Common exam. Right? Factors that affect. Factors that affect and influence the propagation, influence endopropagation. Influence endopropagation. Affect and influence endopropagation. Number 1. Building construction material. Number 1. Building construction material. Example: brick, cement, aluminium, cardboard, etc. Even the plank, wood, all those will come. Wood. Number 2, layout and partition. Layout and the partition in the building. Layout and partitions in the building. Layout means like where are the cupboards, fans and everything. Third one, building type and design. Building type and the design. The bracket. A home. Example, it could be a home design, or it could be a sports complex, like a gym, or it could be a factory. So home, gymnasium, factory, auditorium, etc. So different design techniques are there. Fourth one, the number of floors in the building. Number of floors in the building. Because concrete in the floor attenuates. The number of floors will be important. Fourth one. Fifth one, the doors / windows. The doors / windows and their open-close condition. Their open-close condition. Number 6, the mounting place of the antenna. The mounting place of the antenna. Mounting place of the antenna will be like a wall. You would have the wall mounted antenna. Where else do you mount the antenna? You mount on the ceiling mounted antenna. So wall, ceiling, desk mounted antenna, etc. So place of mounting your antenna will also happen. So you can see so many factors affect it, and that is why there must be fully researched. But for us, it is enough to know that there are these factors affecting or influencing endopropagation. And so many factors will not be there for outdoor access. Outdoor we put up a tower and make it clear of the wood canopy or tree canopy, and then direct line of sight. But indoor, there may be not line of sight. There may be so many furniture. So much of variation, and it has become very hard to study for the engineer and plan for it. And it's happening at the moment. So But they have found one thing. They have found that received power in an Indo-propagation environment is inversely proportional to distance to the power gamma. Gamma could be a propagation coefficient, right? There is the equation power received is inversely proportional to e to the power gamma. Gamma is the coefficient that varies from material to material, and there are big tables from the studies of how to find that value. Right? It has been found that the received power in an Indo-link received power in an Indo-link is proportional to the transmit power and inversely proportional to d to the power gamma, distance to the power gamma. So therefore the equation for the received power is transmit power multiplied by constant k multiplied by D naught is the reference distance that we take for calculation purposes. There, K is the constant. To account for all those different types of factors that we mentioned. So, this may vary from situation to situation, therefore it is not a universal constant. D naught is known as reference distance. There could be 1 meter used. D naught over D. D naught over D. That is correct. D naught over D to the power m. And you can notice received power is inversely proportional to D. Inversely proportional to D to the power m. The D naught is coming as a reference. So this is the formula used by the software today. There is planning software becoming available and it is using this formula. But when you operate it, you have to enter K, enter reference distance, enter gamma. So let us write down what are the typical values for gamma under different types of conditions. Okay. Gamma is for the pathless exponent. Pathless exponent. Gamma is for the pathless exponent. Its value varies for different indoor situations. Value varies for different indoor situations. We try to separate it into 3 situations. A. We are writing A, B, C now. A. In building with line of sight. In building with line of sight. If all receivers have line of sight inside the building, then gamma is 1.6 to 1.8. Gamma equals 1.6 to 1.8. That is the range. 1.6 to 1.8. B, in building with obstructed line of sight. In building with obstructed line of sight. Obstructed line of sight 4 to 6. 4 to 6. Gamma equals 4 to 6. C, inside factory with obstructed line of sight. Inside line of sight with inside factory with obstructed line of sight. Gamma equals 2 to 3. 2 to 3. So I'm just giving a little summary where this is big table, right? But we can't remember everything, so that you can just get an idea. What has happened in the fact? Is it better than a normal building also? Gamma is something like 2 to 3. Gamma is high, what is that mean? More attenuation. More attenuation. So inside the factory it's very better. Factory is very better. Mainly because the factory walls are normally constructed by metal steel. So the obstructed line of sight situation is better because reflections are there. Lot of reflections are there. Even if direct line of sight is obstructed, there are enough reflections for the receiver to work on. So these are the findings from researchers. So when the new syllabus comes, there will be more content about the indoor propagation. It is the finding within these 5 years. Remember, this syllabus is made 2002. So what you are learning is normally applicable to 2002 syllabus. And within the 5 years, lot more research has been done, and there have been a new theory based on indoor propagation. So if you don't pass, you know what happens. You have to study that first. So let us pass this time. Otherwise, there will be a lot of indoor propagation theory coming into the syllabus. Most likely. Most likely because a lot of people are indoors these days. In some other countries like Middle East, you find people have to be indoors. Europe during the winter they have to be indoors. So indoor propagation is very important for them. Maybe not that important for us because they have good weather over time. But more and more people are indoors in those countries. So to make the matters worse, new theories are coming now. It's not indoors, it's underground. Because in developed countries there are several layers of rail tracks under the ground. When you go into a railway station, you are flying down sometimes like 6-7 meters minimum. Right? And within the rail track, how do you provide cellular? Inside the train. So how do you have underground coverage of cellular? Those are the new theories coming. So can you see the communication developing there for the underground, but we don't have underground trains. There is a huge gap in that area, transportation. So the other countries are concentrating on putting cellular, how do people take calls inside the buses. When the buses are moving fast. When people are inside the train like a bullet train at that speed, you can't communicate with the outside cellular tower. So you have to have inside cellular antenna. So, and the people to work on laptop while traveling in the train is being researched now. How do we provide it? So those are the research problems. Actually, it's problems for the developers. And we are far behind. We first have to get a train which is traveling fast. Second, we can't even think of using a laptop inside the train today. And that means you have got more work. Got more work to develop the country. So that's not only communicate, because we all are responsible. You can't laugh because your children will be affected. Therefore, understand that. So most of these city and guild syllabuses may look new to you, like when you say 3G, when you study 3G in the syllabus, 3G may be very new here, but 3G was introduced to this syllabus 5 years ago, 2002, when Europe is trying to deploy third generation. They thought their technicians should have 3G knowledge, and that's why they put it into the city and guild syllabus. For us it may be fairly new. So we are at least 5 years to 10 years behind in communication system. When you study the TETRA system in the diploma, I think you realize that there is no TETRA system in Sri Lanka. Mobile communication we have not got it. So likewise, there is a gap. And that gap could be used as an advantage if you are very clever, because if you follow this kind of syllabus, Indian syllabus, it will be updated than local syllabus. You have that edge once you follow this syllabus. So maybe you can make use of that as an advantage to find jobs and get into better positions. I don't know. I'm just suggesting. Maybe as a country we are weak, but as a syllabus, this may be a strong syllabus to study at this time. Right. We'll stop at that point. In summary, most of our time today were on the diversity. And diversity is an area where they check for. In the syllabus also they clearly say you must have a very good idea of diversity. So I think you are now clear about the difference between standby systems and diversity. Because of one of your questions, it's good that question. If you are to simply explain what that is, you will say diversity systems are for protection against failing or fast protection. Standby systems are protection against equipment failing. And then we learned that there can be 5 different types of diversity systems. You might remember the name. Phase diversity, frequency, polarization, time, and hybrid. And in fact, hybrid is not one system, it is a combination of any 2 other systems. And why do we employ diversity? In order to increase the availability of the system. And how do we calculate the availability? That is 1 minus T dot over T into 100%. I gave you this. And for that you need the outage, and I gave you the outage condition also. Outage means bit error rate becoming poorer than 1/1000 for more than 10 seconds. That is outage. Once you know outage time, you can calculate availability. And if you think availability is poor, one way to improve it is put diversity. Diversity will increase the availability. So that's how these different things we learn to link in your understanding. And what is the main topic we are studying? I'm trying to put it, link it to the main topic. Not those who are coming today, they might not know what the main topic is. These things are coming under what? Propagation. Propository propagation. Not free space. Free space we finished earlier. And now we are studying propository propagation inside the propository. And all these fading problems came under that. And we are trying to find solutions. And we got 3 solutions for fading. What are they? Fade margin. DG free. Fade margin and diutilization we finished. AGC we have already finished in diploma. It's gone. It will never come again. In the diploma we studied AGC and delayed AGC and the radio. That solution is already studied. So that finishes our solutions for fading. The 3 solutions are now it should be digested in 9%. So that's how to link these things, that's the summary. And this time we are moving into a slightly different area where we prepare budget, power budget, link power budget, and how to plan power levels of a link at different places. That is the antenna power. How much power is it? How much phase margin will be there? That kind of basic calculation is necessary. So still under the same topic, we have to consider the planning aspect. Okay, we will call it a day. Thank you very much.